Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. This is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. How are you doing? How is your Tuesday going so far? I am Jamie, and I'm always here if you want to have a conversation. So, if there's anything that you want to talk about, please feel free to go ahead and call me on 07852 473 or just make sure that you leave a comment down below as well. If you're listening to us on our social media platforms, then you can get in touch with us whenever and wherever you are through our social media platforms, which is which is always pretty amazing. So go ahead, show us some love on our socials. That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok as well. If there's anything that you want to share with us, if there's a conversation that you want to have, if there's anything that you want to share with us, please go ahead and do so because we always want to hear from you. We always want to know what you're up to. That's why Relax Radio was formed in the first place. And even though we call ourselves radio, we're far from just an ordinary radio channel or radio station, okay? Because we are interactive and we're all about knowing what you are up to. We're all about gathering your thoughts, your information, and your opinions on things, okay? And we do have quite a lot of people listening in on a plethora of different platforms. That is, our website, on our app, on our different social media platforms. So if there's anything that you want to say, if there's anything that you want to talk about, go ahead and let me know by either leaving a comment down below or by letting me know what you're thinking. All right, with that being said, let's get on into the conversation for today. And oh my goodness, this is such an interesting conversation. A sad conversation. It's sad that we need to be having this, but it's the truth of the world. And it's definitely something that we need to talk about, okay? And that's with regards to Andrew Cuomo. If you've been keeping up with the news, well, then you definitely know what's going on. But I kind of want to give you a rundown. And there's also a lot of new stuff that has been added to this entire scandal that I do want to talk to you about, okay? So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Go ahead, feel free to share your thoughts. Like I always say, let me know what you are thinking. All right, with regards to the Andrew Cuomo sexual harassment scandal, what do we know so far? Okay, so well, basically, if you have no idea, let me give you like a little rundown of what exactly is happening. Andrew Cuomo basically is a New York governor, which makes it all the more ironic because New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has continued to get heat, obviously, from voters and elected officials from both major parties and the United States because there was a report that was released by Attorney General Letitia James last week, and it accused this governor of sexually harassing not one, not two, but 11 women. So this governor has actually sexually harassed 11 women, and Cuomo, who is a Democrat, is facing calls to resign by, of course, President Joe Biden and top Democrats from around the US. And, it just seems that Cuomo is not going to heed to all of this, to all of this things that the people are saying for him to resign or whatnot. He's just being very headstrong. But it's so sad that a governor, and it's so ironic to me, it's not just one woman, which is already a step too far, but it's not just one woman, it's 11 women. He has been accused of sexually harassing 11 women, and he is a governor. And for me, what's ironic is, see, as a governor, you're supposed to represent the people, right? But if you go and disrespect these women, how exactly are you going to be able to do your job? So in my view, at least my perspective is that he definitely needs to resign, even though he's not doing that as of yet, even though President Joe Biden and a lot of other Democrats have asked him to. So what exactly are the accusations against Cuomo? I think it was in December, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, back in December, Lindsey Boylan, who is a former aide, publicly accused Cuomo of sexual harassment for years. And I want you to read, I read the tweets myself, but what she says is basically, I hate that some men like Cuomo abuse their power, and that's exactly what's happening. And Boylan later actually detailed her accusations in a blog post, saying that Cuomo gave her unsolicited kiss on the lips in his office, as well as repeatedly made degrading sexual remarks. Okay, That was back in December. Now, in February, another former aide, that is Charlotte Bennett, has also accused him of sexual harassment. And see, the thing is, a lot of people are still failing to understand that this is really happening, right? A lot of people are saying that, these are all just like false allegations or whatnot. But these are women that are actually coming up and saying, look, this happened to me. I was there. This is my experience. And I don't understand why people still can't seem to like comprehend it, if that makes any sense. So this in February, another aide, basically, that's Charlotte Bennett, has accused him of sexual harassment. Of course, she did not allege any physical contact, but she described him as inappropriate. The conversations were highly inappropriate, and he initiated questions about her personal life. And he said that those conversations were the governor grooming her for basically like a sexual relationship, which is so upsetting, so disappointing. And yeah, that basically is what's happening. Now, the investigation, there was an investigation, of course, that was conducted. And in the news conference that happened, they found that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed current and former New York State employees by engaging in unwelcome and non-consensual touching and making numerous offensive comments and that are very suggestive and that are very sexual in nature, which is very hostile, especially in a work environment. So this is real stories from real women that have finally gotten the strength to come out and speak up and say, look, our very own governor, who's supposed to represent us, has actually made so many derogatory commentary and also has been so offensive in terms of conversation and also physical contact, non-consensual physical contact. That basically is the scandal that's going on. But what I do want to talk to you about also, there's again the big news, because the Time's Up, if you know what Time's Up is, Time's Up basically is a movement that came out so that women can actually speak up about sexual harassment allegations such as this, right? Now, the scandal is because the Time's Up leader actually resigned, right? And everybody's like, oh, why did she resign? And there's actually a very close connection with this whole Andrew Cuomo scandal and why the Time's Up leader resigned. I want to talk to you about it. It is definitely things that you need to be aware of, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. For now, though, we're going to head on off to a little break, but make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Hi again, and welcome back to the show. I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. And we've been talking about some very, very interesting scandals that have been going on with regards to Andrew Cuomo and so much more. And you know what? If you want to keep yourself updated, inspired, and informed, all you got to do is make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio because we talk about a lot of different things, be it entertainment, be it politics, be it, current affairs, pop culture, travel, whatever it is, we cover it here at Relax Radio. So make sure that you are a part of this journey with us. And all you got to do is head on over to our social media to keep yourself updated with everything that's happening here at Relax Radio. That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and so much more as well. So go show us some love on our social media platforms. I also want to say a big thank you going out to every single one of you that have been a part of the show so far. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Thank you so much for letting us know what's going on because it's always a pleasure to have you on board. All right, with that being said, let's get back into the conversation. Now, if you missed the first part of the conversation, we were talking about Andrew Cuomo. And if you're wondering who Andrew Cuomo is, Andrew Cuomo basically is a governor, the governor in the US basically. And Andrew Cuomo, there is so many scandals that are going on right now because he has been accused of sexual harassment of not one, not two, but 11 women. Okay, so Andrew Cuomo, the New York governor, has been accused of sexually harassing 11 women. And basically, I gave you the details in the last talk segment. If you missed it, that's okay, because as soon as I finish this live, you can go check it out on Facebook or YouTube because it's all uploaded after. But going on into the next part of the conversation, I want to talk about how the Time's Up leader, that is, Time's Up basically is also a movement that came out with the purpose or the motivation of the Time's Up movement was to bring to light situations like this, right? And well, the Time's Up leader rather has resigned over ties to the governor. And what basically happened was the leader of this, like basically the gender equality group, Time's Up, had to resign due to her alleged efforts to discredit a woman who accused a New York governor, Andrew Cuomo, of sexual harassment. Whew, that's the next level of irony. The reason Time's Up was created was so that it provides a platform to women and to make it easier for women to come up and speak. But this leader has actually discredited a woman who accused the New York governor, Andrew Cuomo, of sexual harassment. Now, the report was released last week, and it alleged that lawyer Roberta Kaplan reviewed a draft letter questioning the complaint's character, and the same report found out that Mr. Cuomo sexually harassed 11 women. Of course, Mr. Cuomo, the governor, denies anything that happened. He says it's absolutely not true. None of this is true. And he denies any of these allegations. But of course, we're going to have to wait and see what is happening. It's just sad that things like this are still happening. You know, it's the 21st century, and especially when people that we look up to, like a governor, like a public official, when they do this, it's just so sad to me. It's saddening. But at the end of the day, I think what's most important is to actually speak up. If you ever go through something like this, I know it's super hard. Oh, I can't even imagine how hard it is. But it's so important that you speak up, if not just for your benefit, but for the next person as well. So with that being said, it's about the time that we end this. Actually, no, I'll be back in a few minutes. But for now, we're going to head on off to a little break. When I come back, though, we do have a lot more interesting things to talk about. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Just before I end, though, really quickly, I want to remind everybody that you can download our app. It's available absolutely free of charge on iOS and Android. So make sure that you download our app so that you can take us with you wherever that you go, okay? It's super simple. Head on over to Play Store or App Store to download our app so that you can take us with you wherever that you go. With that being said, it's your girl Jamie signing out. It's such a pleasure to have you on board. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, but make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. We do have a lot more interesting shows coming up that I want you to be a part of, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax